Yo, what's good, people? Welcome to the channel where we talk about music licensing, music production, and music business. If you love any of the previously mentioned, be sure to subscribe so you can stay up to date on all my latest content. And make sure you hit that bell icon so you know exactly when that new content is dropping. So shout out to everybody in the stream, man. Let me know where you guys are from. Let me know what you do. We're back for another live Q&A. And I got a treat for y'all, man. My guy, Mahogany Beatz, Grammy Award winning producer, is joining us as well. So I'm gonna bring him in a second here, man, and we're gonna chop it up with him. Again, man, if you guys have questions at any point while we're chopping it up, man, drop them in the chat, and then we're gonna answer, man, as many questions as we can in this next 50 minutes or so. I see John Tyndall in the building. What's good, bro? Hope all is well, man. Roy Romeo, what's good? Good to see you, man. All right, let me bring my guy Mahogany up. We got Barbados in the house. That's what's up. What's good, Samuel? Good to see you, bro. Mahogany, man, can you hear me, bro?
Yeah, 1 2 1 2. Can you hear me?
Yep. Yeah, it was
you hear me?
it's like the movies when you talk and then the mouth moves at a different different time.
Sure. I mean, let me take out the cell phone for a second. Let me see if this
Okay.
works.
All right.
Okay. All right. 1 2.
Okay, that's better.
One.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Dang. So okay. my camera settings changed. I was on Zoom.
Oh, okay.
So
Gotcha.
your lighting is all glossy. Your camera is all sharp. I got my DSLR. My DSLR doesn't look the same over here. I don't know why.
Okay.
This is kind of strange. So I'm using my my laptop camera.
Okay. Hey, it still looks good though. I mean, I've seen some different cameras during interviews, but yours looks clean, man.
All right, man. All right.
Indeed, man. So listen, man. I know we chatted a little bit on IG, and we were just we're just chopping it up about just producers, man, just kind of thinking out the box in terms of opportunities. But I guess tell the people about you, man, how you got started in the business and what you do, man.
Well, man, I got started in business. It's been like 22, 23 years now. 98.
Okay.
Is when I came into business. I'm from New York, Bronx, South Bronx, and yeah, I started out my career, Rockefeller, the golden age of hip hop.
Yeah.
I worked with Loud Records. I worked with RuffRyders, signed to Aftermath. I've been around the block. I've been around the block. Yeah, I've been around the block.
That's what's up, man. So how did that all happen? Like just getting started with RuffRyders and like all these major artists. Like what did that? I guess how did that opportunity come about to kind of introduce you into the major music industry?
Man, how much time do we have? We have only an hour.
It's gonna be a while.
We have an hour. We talked about giving the community, the sauce and having them not think too deeply into this whole process, because I think that's the first thing that puts us in a stagnant position, right?
Right.
And people say, oh, well, your route is not necessarily going to be my route. That's true to some degree, but I feel that when you pay attention to people who are in the business and you have an open mind to learn, and you seek that knowledge from the OG, like I did, and I'm sure you have also.
Yep.
My road was similar to theirs, where they showed me, don't do that, do this, and I paid attention to things. I played basketball all my life. I played basketball in high school. I played basketball in college and overseas. So my whole thing was I had hoop dreams, right? I had hoop dreams. And a friend of mine who's in a group called Camp Low, Sonny Chiba, you remember the group Camp Low?
Mm-hmm.
So they were signed a Priority. This is while I was playing basketball at Howard University.
Okay.
And during that time, their manager and Rockefeller were sharing an office. right?
Right.
So I would go with him up to the office when he would go get his checks and things like that, and I would always see Damien Dash and Jay Z. So this was like a normal thing to me, but I wasn't in the music business at all. I didn't know anything. But
Yeah.
the more I kept hanging out with him and going to shows, I kept seeing celebrity artists, and
We
okay,
let's keep we can keep going. Yeah. Okay, maybe not if it's that it's that loud. Okay, let's yeah, that's gonna be horrible, bro.
it's too crazy. I don't know if I could
Yeah.
lower my shit.
It's
Hold on for 1 second. Let me see if
okay.
I can have some juice here. Hold on, let me try some.
Okay.
Let me just ask.
Okay. That's crazy, man. Johnny, I see you. Johnny from JBS Music Publishing. I'm a young music publishing company currently located in Detroit. That's what's up. Hope all is well,
Nah,
Johnny.
they're not even outside. I don't know where it's coming from. It's like from around the corner or something like that.
Okay. That's crazy. Well, we can definitely link up, man, on another one when they're not drilling, man. That works.
Yeah.
Unless it's a quieter space you can get to, but it's up to
No,
you, man.
my house is huge, and I could hear it all the way in the bedroom in the back. I could still
Okay.
hear it.
Okay.
So, I mean, how are you in this evening? Are you only available during this time?
Nah, I'll be tied up in the evening. Usually I just do the live streams like every 12 p.m. same time every Wednesday. Let me see. Next Wednesday, I won't be on next Wednesday, but then the Wednesday after that, I got my somebody else coming on. I may have one more slot left, but you'll see in the calendar. It'll show you in the calendar. Yeah, I think I got one more, or we can just link up on some offline stuff, and then maybe get an interview in or something like that.
Cause I was thinking if we, I mean, this is live. If we did it on Zoom, we would have been able to edit it.
Yep. So yeah, that works for me, man. Shout out to the beat technician. I see you. John Tyndall said Gremlins, man. Y'all get to catch this stuff live, man. It's real life.
Yeah. So I mean, and I was trying to download it here on my iPhone. It says I have Safari. I use Safari I'm trying to see if I can do it on here.
Okay. It should let you do it on the phone. One of my guys last week, I think he turned it on the phone.
You use Safari to join from iOS. Click the button below. There is no button here. It's just a link. There is no button. It's just a link.
Copies Safari is required. That's weird. Let me see.
I have Safari on.
Copy link. Why does it? Oh, okay. So copy the link and then go to Safari because I think did you open that from IG?
Yeah.
Yeah. So copy the link and then paste it in Safari and it should pop up.
And you can only do, and I can't do this on my Galaxy, huh?
Yeah, you should be able to.
It said Pete Mac. Or let me see. Let's try this. Safari cannot be open. This is strange. Oh, here you go. Okay. I just downloaded the new operating system for my iPhone. Okay. Oh, it is letting me do it. Okay. All right. So let me see if I can do this over here on this phone then.
Okay.
Because the Galaxy is much better. Let's see. All right, copy. Use Chrome for Android. Okay. Chrome to Chrome. Sorry, folks. This is going to be a little patient here for a second. Of course, I will not have Chrome here. Yo, man, all these gadgets, man.
That's a fact.
Bro.
Joshua said, "Always something, ain't it? Always with
Oh
technology,
no,
man."
no. Let me explain something to you. When I found out you were using this Ecamm, I was like, bro, do you know how long I've been using Ecamm? I was up on Ecamm like 2 years ago, bro.
Yeah.
You know, and it stopped working with Zoom, and it was just giving me a headache.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I had it all dished out when I was doing my class and things. Hold up, I have to download Chrome on here.
Okay.
I had all the bells and whistles, making it like it was looking like a little TV station and everything. It was great, and then it would just crash so many times, man.
Bruh,
between this and YouTube and all the other, Zoom, I was just like, man, this is becoming a headache, man.
I feel you. It's been doing the past couple, like, it's been stopping the stream on me quite a bit, man. They've been releasing updates, but for whatever reason, man, it gets super temperamental.
This is good.
Okay, I'm gonna close this one. I'm gonna let you in. Shit. There we go.
Now here's the thing. I go outside. How far am I going to be able to travel? Where it's going to be quiet. I'm going to be outside. Shit. Where can I go? Oh, these guys are playing games now. They stopping and going, huh? Let me think. Yeah, because if I go outside, where can I go? It's like loud as shit,
Yeah.
All right, let's just try and rock. Just pause for a second, guys. Just chill out for a second.
I know, right?
All right.
I gotta hold on. There we go.
I'm gonna hang up on my phone then.
Okay. Oh, are you going back on the computer?
Yeah, because if I go outside, I'm thinking like, I'm outside now. I'm in Brazil. It's loud as shit outside.
Oh, okay.
You got a car, but now, let's see. Let's see. If not, then we'll just these guys. We'll just reschedule it.
So now it's not as loud on the. That's not bad. That's not bad at all.
I can hear it all. Man, I can hear it all through the house. How's this? I'm in the bathroom. Any better? Let me see. I'm in a bathroom. I'm in a bedroom.
Okay. Oh, I think now I think we lost the signal. It froze up.
Any better? 1, 2.
I can hear you. Froze up.
How's our connection?
If it's like it's shaky, connection wise.
Yeah, shaky. Now they stopping. These guys are nuts.
Yeah.
They don't want Mahogany to let go of the sauce. That's what it is.
I know. We was about to get all the game too.
All right. Yeah. Let me get back on the computer. Let's try for a quick hot second.
All right, bet.
I'm gonna join back on the computer. Yeah.
Okay.
1, 2. All right. Sorry to all the 11 members watching here.
Oh, that's all good, man. They be rocking with us, man. I be having technical issues all the time. Okay, dope. So you were talking about you were talking about that you were seeing like all these major artists come in and producers work and things like that, and you started getting interested in the whole production aspect of the music business, and then that's where the drills came in.
Yeah, so I basically, I was just paying attention, and I befriended, Ski Beatz, and he was very successful at the time. He was with for Original Flavor. He's with Original Flavor.
Okay.
He's a working producer, and he took the time out to like take my phone calls when I call, and I'm like, damn, he's like really talking to me like I was a nobody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he would take the time to return my calls, and he'd pick up the phone and be banging on his keyboard and stuff like that. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, yo, I'm working. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, this you do, this is your job? He's like, yeah. And I was like, wait a minute, like this is a job? So he put me on to that. And I was like, wait a minute, this is a cool ass job, like you get to wake up and make music, and yeah, like I say, he took me under the wing, and the most important thing, he taught me was drums, uh, your drums is everything. Your drums and sampling and things like that, the basics, like he wouldn't even give me drums, right? So he showed me how to turn on my drum machine, and I was like, yo, give me some drums. He's like, no. He gave me a stack of records. He was like, here, you have a drum machine, sample, make your own kits. You know what I'm saying? Like these gems from early on, where like now guys, like everyone's sharing each other's drum kits, and everyone sounds the same. That it wasn't like that before. Like you had to find your own sound. That's what made the hip hop during that time special, because you could tell, oh, that's Pharrell, that's Swiss, or that's the RZA, that's Mahogany. You know what I'm saying? Like you could tell who the producer is. Now everyone uses the same sounds. It's like you don't know who's doing what.
Right.
But yeah, man, just being observant, and I figured, I got to learn how to do something, because my friends are signed. I went to high school with him. Now he's on TV, and I'm seeing all these artists. I'm being invited to the studio, and I'm like a fly on the wall. So I'm like, I like music, and I always had an ear for music. I just need to learn the technical part of it, which was the equipment in the studio. Right. So I didn't have any money. I was 22 years old. I had some insurance money from my father passing away that was coming to me every month. And I told my mom, I was like, look, I want to make music, and I want to leave school. She was like, all right, you got this one last check. It's like $3,000 coming, from your father's insurance. She said, use that. I took that. I went to Sam Ash, man. I got the MPC 2000. I tell you like this. You and I both know the most important thing is to be in tune, right? A lot of people not in tune. So as I'm leaving Sam Ash, who do I see in front of Sam Ash? The RZA and Ghostface.
Wow.
Right in front. I'm sitting like with this huge MPC. You know how big the MPC box was?
Yeah, it was massive.
Huge, gigantic box, right? And I'm sitting like, yo, that's the RZA. That's Ghostface. I'm like, and this is when they were like superstars, and I'm like, they were just chilling right there in front of Sam Ash like this, like they were waiting for me or something. Yeah. And I'm like, yo, I gotta go say something. Like RZA standing there with them pointy ass rings, like he talked about in his song, and I'm like, yo, he got them pointy ass rings on. I hope you don't swing on me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I go over to him, and I'm like, yo, I introduced myself. I said, yo, I'm Mahogany. I'm start making beats, man, because of you. This, that, and third. He's like, word. He's like, I was like, yeah, man, I work with, my boys Camp Low, that song Lucini. He was like, oh yeah, you did that beat? I was like, no, Ski did that beat, but I'm working with him. He's like, oh yeah, work. So they were like, all right, they were really, really cool. And RZA was like, yo, Ghost, give him a business card. And he gave me a business card that said Razor Sharp Records.
Yeah.
Right? So I take the card. I'm like, okay, cool. He said, yeah, hit us up. So I'm excited. I get my car. I drive uptown, man. I unbox my drum machine, and I put that card. I taped it right onto the drum machine. And I was just staring at it, and I was like, yo, that's my first business card. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm on the right path. Like I couldn't make that up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And from there, like things like that just kept happening, where I just kept noticing things, and I was like, I think I'm supposed to be doing this.
Yeah.
I think I'm supposed to be doing this. Like Jay-Z used to come to our basketball games. I went to school in New York called FIT, the Fashion Institute of Technology. Okay. And during homecoming, they would come to the games. I would see Jay-Z pull up in the GS Lexus with Dame Dash and everything. So they were like local celebrities. I would see them all the time. Yeah. And I had nothing to offer, just that my friend was, with Camp Low, and they share the same office and things like that.
Right.
But, I dedicated myself to, connecting the dots with Ski. He was open and friendly, he was like a teacher, you know what I'm saying? So he was easy to talk to,
Mm-hmm.
and he just gave me the game. Like it was amazing how busy he was, and he would still pick up the phone and talk to me. And I'm like, I'm a nobody. And he's like talking to me, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I would see little characters like that. And that just kept happening throughout my career with track masters. I had to deal with them. Hitman, Nasheem Myrick, super dope producer, from the Hitman, made a bunch of dope stuff.
Yeah.
Took me under the wing. So I've been fortunate throughout my career to have like major producers like just take me under the wing
Yeah.
and show me the ropes. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I paid attention to it. So
Yeah.
um, I can't give you any horror stories of saying, yo, I've never been robbed. My contracts have all been straight, thank goodness.
Yep.
And it's because, I just listened to the horror stories of the OGs, and I knew what not to do. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So, and I paid attention. I got a lawyer. I said, okay, if you want to learn the business, find a lawyer. Pick that lawyer's brain. Like that's what they're there for. Lawyers like when you ask them a lot of questions, it keeps them sharp.
Oh, I
You
love
asking
it.
them questions.
Yeah.
First, if you want to know the business, find a lawyer. Then find an accountant. You know what I'm saying? Because when you start making money, it's gonna come.
Yep.
And trust me, that's one problem I had. I made so much money in one year. The next year, I didn't make as much money. And Uncle Sam came knocking at the door. Was like, "You made a lot of money last year. You got to pay
Pay those
taxes this year,
taxes.
right?" And
Yeah.
I was like,
Exactly.
"What?" I was like, "That's how that works." And
Man.
you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, I have no horror stories,
Yeah.
um, you know, because I
That's
just
dope.
was in tune and been paid. I feel like I paid attention. I think that's the most important thing.
Yeah,
Guys
dude.
that,
Yeah, man. When
but
people are pouring into you and giving you all the information they can to help you, I think it's super important to listen, because every now and then I come across a producer where like they're young, they're trying to get started, and then you tell them something like, yo, like this would be a good thing to do, and they're like, oh yeah, like I know that and this and that, but it's just like, yo, like, but you're not doing it, you know what I mean? Or it's like you have to, even if, like, the way I feel is like, even if you know it or you think you know something, still listen, because somebody may be able to give you a different perspective, you know what I'm saying? Or a nugget that could take what you already know to the next level. So I think listening, man, is super, super important for your success, for sure.
yeah, 100%,
Man.
100%.
So, man, so that's really dope, man. Just being around some OGs who were doing it big. When did the transition happen to you, or when did you find out about the whole sync licensing space? Because I know you do some stuff in that lane as well. When did that happen for you, and was it a transitional thing, or was it like, I'm doing both? I'm working with the artist, and I'm doing this TV and film thing as well.
Nah. Well, here's the thing. Because I went to a fashion institute, like school, advertising was my major, right? So I was already fond with advertising. I knew the concept of advertising. So I was already interested in this, how advertising worked. So I knew that I wanted to get my music in TV and film. But here's the thing, man. Even when I was having all my success producing these hip hop records, I couldn't get in because there was no in. There was no
Right.
in. It was like, it literally was a good old boys club. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you would call it. And that's for real, And for years, I'm like, I don't understand. Like, I have records. Like, why can't I? Who is the person? And I think when NBA 2K started coming around, someone had connected like Just Blaze, and certain producers started getting records on there, and I was like, what's that about? You know what I'm saying? And it felt like they had their own little niche. It still wasn't open. You know what I'm saying? I always had an interest, man. It took me years, bro. It took me years.
Yeah.
Just recently to like, I think 2010.
Okay.
But once I got with Sony ATV, Sony
Okay.
Music Publishing now, where they literally walk me through the doors now, and I was like, oh, these are the Golden Gate doors here.
Yeah.
Where it really wasn't in my head. You know what I'm saying? Like, they really had gatekeepers, because a lot of these TV shows and networks, they use either publishing companies or they use music jingle houses and things like that.
Yeah.
But now with Sony, I've been able to have a direct line because they have a dedicated TV and film division, you
Yep.
know, which is really really cool, man. Because like I just make music for their briefs. I just make music for them. I don't do anything. Just make music and I send it to them, and they get the placements. They're
Yeah.
like the managers and the lawyers all at one.
Yep.
You know, yeah, that's been a real big game changer for me because as I've evolved as a producer, you know, like
Hmm.
I just didn't produce one niche like hip hop. I always knew as a producer you got to make all kinds of music. You know, if somebody puts you in a room with any kind of genre of artist, you got to be able to adapt. You know, and TV and film the same way. A lot of these guys they make beats, but they're only making a certain kind of beat, like whether
Hmm.
it's trap. Got to get out of that stuff. You got to make music. You can't just make one sound.
Yeah.
You know, because trap music does not cross over well on TV because of the 808s and the bottoms. You know, but yeah, I knew that it was really really lucrative, man. And once I got in, you know, matter of fact, even with the first song that I placed with Jay Z, that was for his movie, but that was I had it in because I was in with Rockefeller. You
Okay.
know, but Dr. Dre, you know, I got that song placed in his movie, but that's because I produced the record for him, and that wasn't,
Gotcha.
you know, intentional. That wasn't intentional. That just so happened, you
Yeah.
know. But now, directly and intentionally, it's been with Sony Music Publishing. It's
Yeah.
been they've been kicking ass for me.
Yeah, that's dope, man. I was on IG earlier actually talking about that same thing that like major publishers have like a dedicated department just for TV and film. And it's, you know, it's dope that and it shows you how big that market is, you know, this side of the business is. I mean, like the major publishers are, you know, they have dedicated departments just for that. So that's dope, man. That's definitely another way, another opportunity to get in, and an opportunity, you know, if you're signed as a producer to a major publisher, to still, you know, to still get work in and get placed and get checks even in between, you know, the artist placements and things like that. So that's super dope.
Yeah.
Shout out to Marlon McNichols just joined the stream. What's good, bro? Um, so yeah, super dope. What was the first, like your first, oh well I think you said, was it like the Jay-Z movie? Was that the first placement, like film placement for you?
Yeah, because they did the Streets is Watching soundtrack.
Got you, got you.
So I did a song called Celebration on there. It was like a crew posse cut, and
Hmm.
I did It's Alright, which wound up making it to the Hard Knock Life album,
Yeah.
which is the album that we won a Grammy for, and sold
Nice.
like 5 million records. Yeah,
That's dope. That's super dope, man. Yeah, I always hear like stories about like producers being on the artist side and then seeing the royalty checks from the TV and film just from the records that they produce, and how powerful, you know, how powerful that can be. Just, you know, in building your brand as a producer. So that's what's up, man. So I guess now, like, what's your primary focus now? You still do artists, or is it more so TV and film, combination of both?
Well, right now I'm in Brazil. I've been in Brazil for like over a year and a half now, and it's a huge market here.
Okay,
Brazil, it's a whole nother world. It's a whole nother conversation that we could have. It's like,
let's talk about it, man. Like, yeah, how'd you get to Brazil? What's going on in Brazil, man? Tell us about it.
you know, just connecting the dots, man. Everything just led here. You know, I also have a deal with Rock Nation, right? So
Okay,
the president of Rock Nation, you know, said, "Hey, yo, we working on this Rihanna project. You know, you got something?" I was like, "No, but you know, I can try to come up with something." So I was looking for inspiration, and I wanted something different, like drums or something. And
yeah,
you know, everything the signs just kept pointing to Brazil. So I shot to Brazil for Carnival, and I wanted to just get those drums in my spirit and in a whole new vibe. You know,
yeah.
and when I came here, I was like, oh my goodness, they're rich with so much music here.
Hmm.
It's bananas. It's crazy how much different genres of sound that they have here.
Wow.
And it just opened my mind up to like different sound. I just like it. In America, all I keep hearing is like trap or R&B. Here, it's just it's a I don't know man, how to explain it, but it's
Yeah,
like a gold mine here of just
yeah.
music. and hip hop trap music here arrived like 15 years ago, so it's new here, So you have artists here, man, that are getting like 200 million views on like YouTube. You know what I'm
Wow.
saying? Like,
Yeah.
which is crazy. Like one of the artists that I work with, his name is Gabby. I'm his producer and his DJ.
Okay.
Man, this kid, he's a star out here. He's like a superstar out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's been famous for like 3 years. He got a couple of songs that have over 200 million views.
Wow.
There are 300 million people in Brazil. No, 200 million people in Brazil.
Okay.
America has 300 million.
Mm-hmm.
And Brazil is just like one country inside of South America, Latin America. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's a huge market. Yeah, they speak Portuguese, but music, man, they don't care. They're rapping over our stuff. You don't have to. I always say you don't have to understand what they're saying. Just know that those royalty checks are coming in your bank account in dollars. That's all you need to know. You know what I'm saying? Because if once again, it's like I don't know. Well, I know how to speak Portuguese now, but you don't know what they're saying. You can still hear the melody. You be like, "Yo, that flow is dope over the beat." Oh, that's crazy. That's it. That's music, man. You know what I'm saying? They don't know what 50 Cent is saying, but they love 50 Cent because of the melodies, right? So, yeah, I'm producing here. I'm doing a whole album here where I'm gonna like use like all the like 7 different genres that they have here and put my hip hop influence on it. So that's gonna be like my real pet peeve project, something special like for myself that I'm doing. Other than that, I'm on a tour with Gabby. I'm DJing with him, so that's an experience. It's something I've never done before. Just like hit the road. I've always been the in the studio, producer. I go to the studio, get my money, and go home.
Yeah.
Congratulations to you. You have a son now, right?
Yeah. I got the son, 2-year-old, then I got another one on the way. So
Right,
yeah,
okay.
man. Yep.
Yeah. I fooled around and got a little boy out here 4 months.
Oh wow.
So
Congrats.
yeah. So I'm definitely got my feet planted here now.
Yep. That's what's up, man.
Yeah, so that's keeping me super busy, man. Being on the road DJing and making music for my album, which takes a lot of concentration. But my Sony has an office here in Rio de Janeiro. So when I got here, I was like, oh, word. And then that just sealed the deal for me. I was like, perfect. My publishing company has an office in Rio de Janeiro. Oh, I'm chilling. I could email the music, send it to them. I don't even have to be in the States. Like, that's the beauty of what we're doing right now. The internet, everything we've like caught up to it now. So there's like really no excuse. Like, you have this platform. I started a platform. I'm gonna tell you like this, man. I got so overwhelmed just trying to like, be of service to the community that I was like, yo, I have to get back into doing what I do. You know what I'm saying? Because as you know, content creating takes a lot of time. It's a lot of marketing and a lot of producers or beat makers don't have the bandwidth or the tolerance to do this. You know what I'm saying? Like you have that technical part of you, and you also have that creative part. You know what I'm saying? And your technical part is your business part. You're like, yo, I gotta learn this. I gotta do this. You know what I'm saying? Because who else is gonna do it? Like I started this whole thing like 2-3 years ago with my online academy, Loops and Kicks Academy, and man, it was stressful. It's stressful because they don't see all the back office stuff you have to do. All of this back office stuff, the links. You become a techie. You start building funnels. You're doing all this stuff, and then you get away from the music, and it's like, well, why should someone listen to me? I have to be relevant. I have to be doing something right now. I'm not talking about stuff that I did 20 years ago. I'm telling you about stuff that I'm doing right now. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And I've seen a lot of your content, and you give a lot of information. And like you mentioned earlier, sometimes they don't want to listen, and it's like, man, that's nerve-wracking to me, because it's like I'm opening the door for you right here. Like it's really this simple, like this. Like it's not that hard. And it's weird because sometimes I'll hop on these chats and I'll see, producer comments or producer platforms, and they talk about the same things. And I'm just like, you guys are like chasing your tail. Clint, I was never the producer who I would go to the beat battles because they would call me to judge.
Okay.
Right? Like I stand a producer or dynamic producers. I stopped going to those things because they would have me there for like 5 to 6 hours judging people with, and I was like, this is taking way too much
That's a
time,
lot of time.
right?
Yeah.
And I just noticed that there are certain kinds of beat makers that just like being a part of the community,
Yeah.
right? And like talking music stuff. You know, I was never like that. I'm like, I don't want to be in a room with 10 producers and
Right.
no artists. I want to be the one producer with 10 artists in the room. You
Yep.
know, so I always thought that that was weird. I'm like, yo, I don't want to keep talking to you and going back and forth with this. Like, it's not getting me nowhere. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I noticed that a lot of these platforms are just that.
Yeah.
You know, it's too much distraction. It's too much producer talk and not enough like action. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yep.
And you know, going back to like your platform and the information that you're giving, when it comes to TV and film, man, it really is that simple.
Yep.
But I don't think people realize that it is. I think they want it to be like this mystical
They want it to
thing
be
or something like
complicated.
that.
Yeah, they want it to be
You know?
complicated, or like you said, like some secret thing that nobody shares, but it's not. You know what I mean? Like you just gotta soak in the information, do some research, and you realize it's not really that complicated. The most challenging thing for me when I got into TV and film was honestly just tweaking the structure of my tracks. That was probably like the most I had to do in regards to background music for libraries. But again, with some research, you can figure it out. And now you got way more guys out here teaching you the game than, like you said, back in the 90s to early 2000s. Like you didn't know, like there was no there was nobody to look up on Instagram, and you got a page full of content to kind of lead you in the right direction. So yeah, man, I agree.
It's and I don't think people really have the patience for it too.
Yeah.
I don't think they have the patience for it. Um, I put it to you like this: Sony sent me an email and they said, "Hey man, we're looking for something with this like hybrid like black skinhead Kanye West type thing, right?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Okay, I know what that is." Like I listen to Black Skinhead. He's using anthem, stadium rock stuff, right? He didn't invent that. Cool. So I do something similar to that because they tell me, look, this is the most requested song that we get, and it's super expensive. It's like over $1 million. So the companies are not going to pay for that. So can you make something in that vein? Cool. I called up my man Sky Zoo, who's a dope songwriter. I made a beat, sent it to him. He sent it right back. You got to find writers who work like that. He sent it right back in 24 hours. I was like, this is perfect. The song's called Here for the Crown. I sent it to Sony. Man, that record sat 11 months go by, nothing.
Mm-hmm.
After that 11th month, man, bring, bring, bring. They just kept sending me emails. Hey, Nike wants this, $20,000. Are you cool with that? I was like, yeah. Xbox wants this. PlayStation wants this. 15,000. You cool with that? I'm like, yeah. It just kept. I was like, what's going on with this song?
Yeah.
Man, I think we got that song placed like 8 times in 1 year, and I was like, holy cow, man.
Yep.
And the checks come fast when they say they're gonna come.
Bro,
It's like
compare.
Wait, like here's the thing. I have producer friends who are successful right now and like getting placements, and they're telling me, yo, Mahogany, I got a record with, I'm not gonna say the artist's name, but they're famous. He's like, yo, it's out, it's online, and I still didn't get paid. I'm like, but wait a minute, you're an OG. How is the record out in the universe? He's like, yo, they do it different now, Mahal. They'll just take it and put it, streaming it, and then let it bubble, and then they'll pay you when they see it has success. But I'm like, we never entered into agreements like that. It was like, you have to pay me my money first, my first half. Then when the sample's cleared, you give me the second half, and then you release it and you do your thing. It's like, yo, bro, it's crazy. I'm chasing labels. And this new thing where they have a producer cap now, it's like 45 grand maybe, the most.
Yeah.
If you like super hot, like if you got a top 100 record, They got like a cap on how much they're paying producers now. Like
Yeah.
before, man, if you had a top 10 number one hit record, you could charge whatever the hell you want, 100,000, 200,000 for the beat. Now
Yeah.
they're like, no, it's like 25,000, maybe 40,000 if you have a number one hit.
It's
You're that
crazy.
type of producer. That's crazy to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Where TV and film, they have the budget. Like I always say this, they don't need your music. TV and film doesn't need your music.
Hmm.
They want your
They
music.
want it.
They want it. And let me tell you, I try to explain this to people like so clear. Like when I'm in the office of Sony, right? And
Hmm.
I'm sitting there with my music director, right? And on the computer, it's like the Matrix. You know, in the Matrix, one of the digits are like coming down the screen,
Yeah.
right? So these are briefs just coming in quickly. They're just coming every minute, every coming. And I'm like, how do you keep up with that shit? Right? And then he's like, we read fast. You read fast. Okay, download. Oh, hip hop, R&B. Okay, cool. Funk. All right, cool. They'll put that in a little. They'll send a message real quick. Boom. Send it to Mahogany, like whoever they'll be thinking about, you know.
Yeah.
But they'll read the brief real quickly, and then they'll say, okay, I may have something for that. It's a bunch of them. It's not
Yeah.
just one music supervisor. It's like it's a team.
Hmm.
They all send music to each other. They'll take like my songs and create a playlist, and they'll share them amongst each other. Hey, these are Mahogany songs that are working,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
They'll have them, and then I'll get calls from the UK office. Hey, the UK office got your music in the video game. I'm like, oh shit, who's that? Now I got a new contact in the UK office.
Yeah.
You know, um,
Fire.
but I was like, how do you keep up with all these briefs, right?
Yeah.
So, you know how many TV shows they do? Netflix is constantly making new TV shows. Every TV show, if you listen to every TV show, they have music,
Yep.
and the music changes so quickly. This is TV shows. Si- um, like reality shows, the music is even faster. Like if you listen to like Love and Hip Hop, they
Yeah.
change the music like every goddamn
Oh yeah.
30 seconds is a new beat. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? So it's two different ways to get into that system. Like you either got to go through like Jingle Punks, which I have a deal with, and they have a deal with Viacom, but that's exclusive. The music
Hmm.
that you give them is just straight for TV.
Yeah.
Now on the publishing side, that's movies, that's like TV series like Netflix, HBO, and
Hmm.
that's TV commercials.
Yeah.
I got an email. They're like, "Yo, we want to use this. Nike wants to use this song for 2 weeks, and they want to pay you $25,000.
Yeah.
License it. 2 weeks. Now think about this, folks. You're gonna pay me $25,000 to use my record for 2 weeks, and I still own the record, and then I can sell it again
Exactly.
or license it again? You
And
can't do that. If I did a beat for Drake, I can't resell that beat. Like you know
it's
what I'm saying?
over.
You
Yep.
can't do that.
And
So
you
so
did the
it's like,
work once.
huh?
I said, and you did the work once. You made the beat or the song once. You're done with it. Now you can just
It's
lease
like
it out as many times as you want.
why would I want to make beats for artists when I can make beats for brands? You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
artists is the one you got to chase them down. You're not gonna get all your bread. You got to make sure your credit is straight and all that goofy stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait, if I just make a dope beat and it get a no-name artist, songwriter who just gets it, who has the right cadence and the voice and knows how to write for this, because the brief is so clear, right?
Yeah.
And you what so I'm like, wait a minute, it doesn't have to be a famous artist. They're like, no, it could be Joe
Anybody.
Schmo around the block.
Yep.
Like, so I'm submitting songs like nothing, man. And man, it's just a clean, simple way, man. But I think people want that glory of producing that major artist or that dream thing. Hey, man, it wasn't a dream of mine to produce Dr. Dre. That didn't cross my mind.
Yeah.
It didn't. You know what I'm saying? But I found myself in the studio with him. I'm like, how the fuck am I producing Dr. Dre right now? Like, I didn't plan that.
Yeah.
Like, you just don't plan those things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like Jay-Z, I would see him all the time. I didn't have no music for him.
Hmm.
That wasn't my plan. You know what I mean? But I knew I wanted to make music. So once you start, your quest, you got to have some type of direction where you want to go. You don't want to be the beat maker in the chat room. That's whack.
The
You know,
chat room.
like Yeah, it's like Biggie Small said, you know, got you in a room with two dicks and no bitch. You find yourself in serious shit. You don't want that. Like,
Yeah.
no, you want to
You need
get to the
direction.
artists. Man. You want to get to the brands, man. And
Yeah.
like I said, Nike has money. They sent me an email and say, "Hey, Nike just took 35 of your beats. You have any more?" I'm like, "No."
I can make some though.
but here's the other thing too. You know, we can make music, but I know you critique your music and you know what's quality and what's not,
Right.
right? And this is something else I saw in a chat the other day with quality versus quantity. And these beat makers making a 50 beats in a day or 25 beats in a day. I'm just like, I know my beats are dope, and I've never in my life made 20 beats in a day,
Nah.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, because here's the thing: when I'm caught up with a beat that I'm liking, I'm focused on making it as good as possible,
Right.
right? So where do I stop and then go to make 9 more beats? That
Yeah.
means your beats must be cookie cutter. They have no substance and no soul. I just can never, understand it. Like working with track masters, Polk. I remember talking to him. He's like, man, it took me a week to make a beat, and this is
Yeah.
a man who has super hits. I don't even know if these guys know about track masters. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, they control the airwaves. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And I'm like, week? You be? He said, yo, bro, I'll be listening to it in the house. I'll be tweaking it, thinking about stuff. Is it feel good? If it's still interesting in me after a week, then it's a hit. It's a hit
Yeah.
instrumental. So this making multiple beats and then selling these beat packs for this that's why the value of production has come down so much, and they don't pay. Artists don't pay because everyone could do it, you know what I'm saying, and no one's thinking outside the box or even giving you quality,
Yeah.
you know.
That's true.
With TV and film, if I open a door to my members and I say, look, okay, I'm gonna submit music, just because you're my member, doesn't mean that I'm going to take the beat and you submit it just because you paid a membership fee to be an annual member with me.
Right.
If your music sucks, I'm not sending an email to Sony with that track, because you know what's going to happen?
Gonna make
Sony's
you
going to
look bad.
stop opening my emails. They're going to be, yo, Mahogany done sent 5 whack beats lately. It's going to slow down, baby. You know that. You like,
Yep.
because I think that's your insecurity. Be like, I just sent 4 joints and they didn't respond. Something must be wrong. It means you respond faster than this. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Yeah, those weren't hot. No,
Yeah.
because once you get the hang of TV and film, you know what to send. Like,
Yep.
this can work.
Yep.
You tap into them and they have these conversations with you. Like, if Sony told me, they're like, Mahogany, out of all the producers that we have here, like, you're the one who gets it. We have a lot of writers here. We would love to work with them, but they just don't get it. They just don't get it. And I'm like, really? They're like, yeah, they just don't get it. Like the sound, like you turn the records in fast, the sonic, you just get it. And I'm like, man, this is so interesting. So I think you gotta wanna do it too.
Yeah.
Like with a passion. And don't come into it with like, oh, I'm gonna make beats for Xbox, for Madden. It's not going down like that.
It doesn't
They
work that
have
way.
the
Yeah.
curators, man. If you get a placement on there, you hit the lottery. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't make a record saying, "Oh, I'm gonna throw this for the touchdown. I'm gonna cross you over and slam dunk and do it in your face because I'm fly like that." They don't want that shit. They don't want that.
Yep.
They want real records about overcoming the odds. Today's gonna be a better day.
Yep.
Sticking it to the man. I feel great, awesome. Like they want these reoccurring themes, man.
Yep.
I think,
everything.
I think, bro. I think we make it too easy for them, like our audience. I feel. I know my members. I'm like, I think I'm spoiling you guys because I'm making it so easy that maybe I'm taking the fun out of it. Maybe y'all got to go get your ass kicked and figure it out the hard way. You know what I'm saying? But I'm thinking being of service is, helping you guys. But I think some people want to figure out like it's the hard way, and it's really not. It's really not. Just doing the work and concentrating on it. Listening to commercials. Like, are you skipping ads when you watch TV?
Exactly.
Are you listening to the music? I'll be like, yo, you heard that shit? Oh, that's what's happening. That up tempo. You hear that sound in that vitamin water or that energy drink?
Yeah.
Listen,
Right
watch
there.
the product. Listen to the car.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, now I get it. But no, people skip over that shit or don't have the patience to listen to, or just not in tune. You
Yeah.
know, so you be talking till your head falls off, and that may not serve no good. And people just, I skip over ads. Like, how are you gonna skip over ads if you want your
But
music?
want placements on them though. Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Yeah, man.
That's crazy, man. You mentioned something too that was a bar is like in the fact of you know when a big record's out there on a big artist. We were talking about Kanye earlier. They want records like that, but they're too expensive to place
Yeah,
and license. So you can go in and if you know there's a record and I've we were talking about that brief, like so many people have seen that brief come across, man, because it's so big. Everybody wants a vibe just like that. All you have to do is step in, recreate that vibe in your own original way, and you're golden, man. Like it's already laid out for you. The template is there. You just have to follow it. And because you're an indie artist, because you're not Kanye, it's an advantage. They're gonna save a boatload of money on their end, but it's a good look for you because that's a decent chunk of money for somebody like us that's producing music at the crib. So that's huge, man.
here's the thing. They pay you twice, man. You get paid on the master side, like the master is yours. They like you have the master.
Yeah.
So they're coming. You're the record company, pretty much.
Yep.
They're coming to you, right? They're paying you for the master, and they're paying you for the publishing. You're getting two checks, bro. If you produce a record for Drake, you're not getting the money for the master. Like, nah, you're
Goes
just
to the
getting your
label.
advance upfront fee, bro, and then they're controlling the master.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And here, you actually, as the producer, get to be the record company and saying, "I created this song. You got to pay me twice: the master usage, where I created the music in my studio, the files that I have, and the publishing side of it."
Yeah. So that brings a good question. So with you working with Sony, which is a major publisher, right? Does it work the same on the licensing side where you still get to keep put master and publishing and still pitch that song non-exclusively to as many opportunities as they want? Is that
Yeah,
how it works?
yeah. Sony just says, "Do not give the music to someone else exclusively, that you give to us."
Right.
So I can give my music to Sony. I can give the music to you, and
Mm-hmm.
you could place it non-exclusively. Boom.
Yep.
It's clean across the board, bro. Like I was running ads trying to tell people about this. Like, yo, music licensing is the gateway. It's the gold mine of the music industry.
Yeah.
It's the thing, a lot of people don't want to dig long enough to get to the gold. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
Yep.
You know, it's because one, there's no artist attached to it. And here's the thing: when I first got into this business, I used to meet producers that had houses, fly cars off of just TV and film stuff,
Right.
right? And they envied me because they didn't have no plaques on the wall from rappers, like songs they were rappers. And
Yeah.
I'm like, what? Man, I take your lifestyle anytime before like having plaques on the wall and stuff, right? But
Yeah.
they were like, yeah, like y'all making money, but I never like got that big placement. I never got a plaque.
Mm-hmm.
So I know why people want the artist thing, but I guess it's an evolving thing when you're like, wait a minute, man, there's money here. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
if you get lucky enough or fortunate enough to find yourself in the right position to produce artists, you get the hang of producing artists because you just have to be cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to
Right.
be cool with artists. You
Mm-hmm.
know, if you're cool, then they'll buy music for you because they're buying you. They're buying your sound. Like, they're buying your cool. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like it's something about his beat that I'm feeling. I like his vibe. They're watching everything about you. That's what they're buying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you'll learn how to get in rooms and talk with artists and get your stuff without being pushy. I've seen people be pushy and be annoying when people are like, yo, get him out of here, man. This kid's constantly,
Exactly.
yo, listen to my beat. Listen, yo, get him out of here, please. Like, you don't want to be that. You want to be like, you want to walk in the room, people are like, yo, you got something, yo, like
Let the
that. I'm
question
looking for
come
you.
up.
What do you do that? Like, I
Yep.
don't come out. I don't come out a lot. Like, right. I don't do a lot of industry functions. But when I do go to like functions, people like, it's like they see a ghost. Like, yo, he's outside. Like, like, and I only come outside when I have something dope. Like when I know I got some music on me,
Yeah.
that's when I come outside. That's when I go to industry events because I have something. I'm
Right.
not gonna come. You know what? In this business, they don't care nothing about you.
Mm-hmm.
They only care, do you have something dope in your back pocket? That's
Yeah.
it. No one here is your friend. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have something dope in your back pocket? If you do, come up to the office.
Yeah.
Other than that, hanging around, no. When you come, you better have something that, yo, I got some fire.
Yeah.
You
That's
know? Yeah, you
fact.
give them that look like, yo, you ain't see me because I've been, I only come out when I come out. Okay, yo, come to the studio.
Yeah.
And then when you get in the studio, you're like, oh, shit. And then it's wash, rinse, and repeat, man.
Yep.
That's it.
That's
Wash, rinse,
dope.
and repeat.
That's dope, man. So yeah, man. If y'all got any questions, man, drop them in the chat. My guy Mahogany's been dropping some gems. Um, that's super dope. Yeah, cause like my thing, like I've never gotten like a placement with someone who's been signed with a major publisher like Sony. I've met some writers, who kind of focus on sync, but I guess my understanding was that the majors have a number in mind. They know what they want, they know what they want to get or whatever. So it's my understanding that it could make the clearance process more complicated if there's a major publisher attached. That's why I asked you, like, how does that work with Sony? Like, have you ever had them? Well, I guess it's different if everything that you're working on is going through them. But I was just wondering if that ever slowed down a process to clear something because they wanted like a certain amount of money for something.
No, the only I get what you're saying. The only thing is the minimum they're gonna take is $1,500.
Got you.
Other than that, it's not worth it to them because you know $1,500. Like
Yeah.
that's the minimum. I've seen that, and I think one time I think Pepsi came with an offer for like 1,600. They're like, what the fuck is this? Like
It's
Pepsi,
Pepsi though.
yeah, it's Pepsi. You're like
Yeah.
$1,600. So
Yeah.
you could either say no, thank you, or they'll say Mahogany is $1,600. Pepsi's bugging out. I don't know. Like, what do you want to, and then see if they're asking for anything. Because sometimes, the brand will get goofy and they'll be like, we want to also uh, put it online for sale.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what? What do you mean you want to put it online for sale for a certain amount of time? It's like, no.
Yeah.
Like they'll give you like three different kind of tiers. We can either pay you $7,500 up front,
Mm-hmm.
all in, or we'll pay you 1,600, or we'll sell it on iTunes and give you a percentage of them. Like, nah, none of that crazy stuff. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They'll try it, but um, it's up to you. And Sony say this is not a good deal.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, but no, it's not like Sony has a cap and saying, hey, you have to pay this amount of money. But I mean, 1,500 for them, it's like this is a major brand. You're getting quality stuff here,
Yeah. Absolutely. Now
which
that makes
is
sense.
which is something interesting because, bro, I don't get how producers are selling beats for like $5 or like 5 beats for $5 or something, like
Yeah.
10 beats for $9.99. Like, I'm like, when did production turn into fast food like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's
Yeah.
very weird. I'm like, you guys don't put value on your music, number one. That's what
Mm-hmm.
it is. Like, here's the thing. My first beat, I always go back to Jay-Z. The reason I say that is because he was independent, he was from the streets,
Mm-hmm.
and he paid me from his personal checking account, Sean
Mm-hmm.
Carter.
Yeah.
So my standard is there. If you're an independent artist and you want to blow and get to Jay-Z, Drake level, and this is where you at, my minimum is $3,000, $1,500.
Mm-hmm.
You follow me? Because this man paid me that. And
Yep.
he did business where he gave me a personal check. Sean Carter, HSBC Bank. Here you go, bro.
Yeah.
And I gave that to my lawyer, and that was part of the process. So now, this is when I didn't know anything. Why would I sell a beat now for $5? Why would I
Mm-hmm.
sell 20 beats for $20?
Yeah.
Like, how do you pay a lawyer to even negotiate a contract. Like lawyers cost at the minimum, a lawyer is going to be like $120 an hour. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or if you pay a lawyer to take, like 5 or 10%, come on, like where? But I don't get it, man. It's a whole new world where these guys are just trying to like devalue their own music without even knowing it. Like this giving beats away for free. I've been anti that for years. I'm like, beats for free? Like, what are you talking? That means the time that you take to make the music is worth nothing to you.
Yeah.
It's
Like
nothing.
from I see where they come from as far if there's a system behind it. Like if there's a free beat, limited usage, like limited rights, and then behind that is it's like a funnel to where then you can kind of slowly upsell them to more of the higher price stuff. I've seen that, and I understand
the whole funnel thing. I get that whole funnel thing. I've seen from the guy Legion Beats and talking about it, and I was just like, I'm saying to myself, I'm not gonna throw rocks at glass house.
Yeah.
But I was just like, in my mind, I'm thinking, this is logic, right?
Yeah.
Imagine if you can sell $1 million worth of beats, right?
Mm-hmm.
That means the quality is so great that you could have produced an album, an instrumental album, that could have sold this many records, right?
Yeah.
And then who used these beats and what came of those beats? Imagine a record I produced for Dr. Dre, right?
Yeah.
That someone else can rap on that beat. Even though people in hip hop, they take instrumentals and do freestyles and stuff like that.
Right.
But wouldn't that be whack if I had given him the beat, he paid for it, and then it's like 10 other people trying to release the same song? Which one do you fall in love with?
Yeah. Now you're gonna go.
Which one is your baby? If you're selling it for $100 lease, and 1,000 people buy it,
yeah,
right? It's 100,000. Like which song is your baby? Because now it's like you don't really have a connection to your music because now you're just selling them like a la carte. There you go.
Yeah,
it's fast food. You don't. It's no longer like music to me. It's not anything classic. It's not anything worth celebrating anymore. I had an artist, a young boy, and he bought a beat online from this producer. This kid gave him the stems, everything for $100.
Oh wow.
And I was like, how? Like, why? I said, send him an email, like make sure that you own everything. He said, bro, he sent me everything. I even sent him the song back. And the guy said, oh, song is cool. And left it at that. He didn't even communicate with the artist anymore, like, yo, let's do more joints. He just sold him the beat, master, multi-track for $100. He didn't send him his publishing information. He didn't send him nothing.
Oh wow. So he's and
like, really? Okay, let me give you some direction and keep pumping them out because all I'm gonna do is submit them here because I have my odds of placement are higher here than you putting them online and trying to give them away for free. Why would you give them away for free first? I'm gonna tell you like this. After I did the beats with Jay-Z, right, the songs, we saw him in the club, and this was my manager's idea. He was like, "Yo, let's just give Jay a beat for free, right? Like to say thank you for putting us on."
Yeah,
bro. We tell Jay, "Yo, Jay, thanks, man. Yo, we got this beat we want to give to you," and saying like, "Yo, we're not gonna charge you." You know what Jay-Z told me, bro?
Yeah.
He said, "I got money. What are you talking about? I got money. I can pay for that beat." He's like, "Wait, no, we giving it to you for free." He's like, "Didn't I pay you for the first one and the second one?" It's like, "Yeah." So why would I take it for free? I got money. That you understand? That boggled me. I was like, "Yo, this dude is super arrogant. He's on some other shit." Like he's like, "I don't want it for free." It's like, first of all, I have money. Number one, you know what I'm saying? I didn't ask you for a favor. Number two, you know what I'm saying? And number three, I paid you. So why would you give it to me for free now? Is this how you hustle? And I never forgot that, bro. I never forgot that. I try to give the man a beat for free, saying thank you for putting me on these two songs and starting my career.
Yeah.
I never forgot that shit.
Wow. That's
So
crazy.
why would I now give away beats to anyone else? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
Yep.
I guess it's a school of thought.
Yeah.
And bro, you talking to? I was 22 years old. I had a baby in my arm. I was working at the Gap. I was
Hmm.
cutting hair on the weekend. I didn't know where this shit was gonna take me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I knew that the time that I'm spending into doing this, that I saw Ski living his life like this.
Mm.
Every day, his studio was in his house. He had a kid. He had his girl in the house. He
Yeah.
had artists coming in. I used to see Jay-Z record in his living room. I was
Mm.
like, this is a real situation here.
Yeah.
This is a real business. He has a car. He pays his bills off of this. You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? So how am I going to spend time making music and then not get the value from my time? You
Right.
know,
Yeah.
when I started going higher in my fees, 3,000 was like 3,000. I can't do shit with $3,000. I spend $3,000 like that.
Yeah.
You're like, no. You start thinking like, wait a minute. I'm putting more value because I'm putting more time into my music, and I want to get compensated for it. Now I'm
Yeah.
not taking no less than five. Now I'm not taking no less than 7,500. No less than 15. You just keep going higher and higher and higher. You know what I'm saying? Because you start to put a value on your time and your effort.
Yeah.
So beat makers, man, yeah, I wish I would just stop that.
Man.
But if you can't make 100 beats in a day, I would love to see you do that because
That's a
I
lot.
mean, I don't know when you have time to brush your teeth or just like do anything else.
There's a lot. Somebody had asked about Sony accepting unsolicited submissions. Like, as far as the production side, how do how do you get in, or is that something where it's just like, yo, you have to have some records on some major artists to even be able to get that relationship on the sync
There you
side?
go. Exactly. I literally had my 360 camera and I went around the office like
Mm-hmm.
I was doing like an ad. I was creating an ad,
Mm-hmm.
like walking in Sony, literally like bum rushing people's offices. Like, what do you do here?
Mm-hmm.
Like, here I'm the TV and film guy. Like, what do you do here? Or I handle the music for video games. Like, I was literally doing this,
Mm-hmm.
and I got to my supervisor, and I said to her, I said, "Can people send you music here? How do people get music in TV and film? Can they just email you music?" She's like, "No." Can you someone send a hard drive up here? It's like, no, we don't accept solicitations,
Mm-hmm.
right? You can, like, if you try to send an MP3 attachment to Sony, it's gonna bounce back. They
Yeah.
don't accept it, right? Off top. It has to be a link and it has to come from an email that they already recognize where you already had at least the conversation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, how you doing? Fine. I like da 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 da. You're back and forth. Now you're in their you're in their, the system. Then you can send a link.
Yeah.
Other than that, it'll bounce back. The email will bounce back, right?
Right.
So I say, well, so how does someone get their music to you? And she goes, you got to know the guys. You got to know
Mm-hmm.
someone. And she's like pointing to me. And I'm like to me? Like, you got to know someone? She's like, yeah, silly. It's like, that's it. I'm like, wow, that sounds ingenious. Find someone who's in and just work with them? It's like, yeah. I said, is it that easy? She said, yeah. So like I'm, screwing around, but I'm trying to show people like, yo, you can't just send music up there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it
Yeah.
doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
Like, find a person who's working in the business. Like, you have projects that you need help with. You don't have enough hours in a day. You would love to help people. You would love to have 10 producers. You be like, yo, we're killing right now. I don't necessarily have to sit there and make everything, but I got
Mm-hmm.
the door open.
Yep.
Like, when I was sitting with Sony and they would show me the briefs and give me all this information, I would be like, yo, it's so much work on the TV and film side.
Bruh.
It'll spin your head.
And
It'll spin
people
your
be
head.
people be worried about saturation, bro. They be like, "Yo, is there enough? Like, will we be able to get in? Is it too many people working in this space?" I'm like, "Dude, y'all don't see what we see, man. Like, there's no way, like, a handful of producers can handle all of the music that's being used on all these streaming services, all these networks, all these cable networks. It's so much content, bro."
I saw someone on a chat. I think it was, I don't remember, like producer Grant or something like that, was saying, "Yo, the beat online thing is saturated, or is there like a cycle of beat selling in the summer versus the winter?" I was like, "What the fuck are y'all talking about? This is not Bitcoin where they have cycles in the stock market. No, they're constantly looking for music and TV and film. There is no freaking cycle, bro.
Nah,
Like, just send the music. You have posted something. Just send the
just
music,
send it.
man. Just send it. Like, just send the goddamn music. You know what I'm saying? Like, send the music. Nah, there's no drought here. There's no money drought in TV and film. There's no money drought
Nah,
at all. They pay. They pay a lot more. My overall goal, uh, Clint, will be to get a theme, the opening credit
same
placement.
here. Yeah,
Yo, you start at 100,000.
yeah, bro.
That's
And
$100,000 placement.
and you getting paid for life. Past
Yo,
like your kids, grandkid, like you're good. You're good.
my director, she's like, I want to get you. I want to start pitching your stuff for opening theme trailers. I'm like, okay, I would like that too. She's like, no, those are six-figure checks. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, like, yeah, you know. I mean, the closest I got was Dr. Dre, where they used Bad Intentions as the promo for the album. I mean, for the
Okay.
movie,
Okay.
and they scored it like three times inside of the movie. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that check was big. It was like $50,000.
Yep.
But if you just have the placement for the opening theme of the trailer, it's
Mm-hmm.
100 grand.
Yeah.
It's 100 grand. You in the door.
Yep.
That's super. And you know what? Your first placement in the music business can be a TV, a film placement. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? It can be that.
Yep.
You know. But yeah, with all these platforms and people uploading their beats and stuff like that, man, I think that's saturated because you have to learn a skill like redirecting traffic to your funnel so you can try to develop this whole system of upselling people and things like that.
Right.
But man, I have in my course like a Grammy hack, like
Okay.
how you can work with Grammy nominated artists.
Wow.
How do I have that hack? Because I'm part of the Grammy Association and I have a list of all of the nominees for this year,
Yeah.
right? So I can look and yo, bro, there was a person, and I was showing this to my members online. I said, watch this.
Mm-hmm.
There was a guy on there, he was nominated for a record, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the kid was from like Indonesia, something like that,
Yeah.
right? He's nominated for a Grammy.
That's
Let's
dope.
go to his YouTube page. He had 100 subscribers. Let's go to his Instagram page. He had like 50 followers.
Yeah.
No traction. But now he's nominated for a Grammy. So now, if you just send him a message, hey man, congratulations on your Grammy nomination, he's gonna be like, how you know that?
Yep.
How you know that? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yo, nah, I work with Mahogany Beatz. He's with the Grammy organization, and he came across your name. So just wanted to reach out, and I could send you some music. Maybe we could do something.
Yep.
That dude is going to talk to you. He obviously did something right because he's winning a goddamn. He's nominated for a Grammy,
Right.
but he
Yep.
just he just didn't blow up yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So it's like almost like finding I don't know, a crypto currency that hasn't blown up yet, or a stock that hasn't blown up yet.
Yeah.
But that's a simple way of connecting the dots with people who are working, who are serious about their career. You know what I'm saying? Someone who got nominated, he's focused. He's like, y'all got Grammy nominated for Grammy.
Yeah.
He's on it.
Yep.
You hear people saying like, oh, just email 100 artists in their inbox and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you could do that, but then here's another thing. Your artists don't want to pay you no money, right? No, it's not that. It's that you're dealing with broke artists. You're shopping your music to broke artists. That's why.
Got you.
That's
Hit
why.
the target.
So
Yep.
I sometimes I get on here and I'll look at whatever the people are talking about on these producer sites, and I'll just see. I'm like, what the fuck? No, you're shopping your music to broke people, bro. Jay-Z wasn't broke,
Yeah.
right? He wasn't broke. He was an independent artist, but he gave me $3,000.
Yep.
You shopping your beat to this dude who's not paying you $50. He won't even pay you $50, $20, but he'll roll up a blunt in front of your face for $50 and pay for studio time.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like you got to calculate all of that.
Yep.
You know, like no,
Even
stop
when
shop.
even when running ads, like if you're a producer and you're running ads to whatever your beat store, whatever you're selling, in the when you're targeting and you're narrowing down your audience, there's parameters in there where you can set how much money someone makes. I don't know if they updated it since they've been updating a bunch of stuff with the iOS, but like you can set like somebody makes 30K to 60K a year, and then you know everybody who's seeing your ad makes a certain amount of money, and they're more likely to buy whatever you have versus just targeting everybody and just hoping it sticks. So yeah, it has to be strategy, man. Like you just can't, just because somebody has the word artist in their profile, it doesn't necessarily mean that's who you want to work with, because they could end up being a headache too.
Yeah, 100%.
But man, listen, man, I'm not gonna hold you, but yo, you mentioned the academy. Like, where can people find more information on that, on what you have to offer, what you're doing? Where can they find out about that stuff, man?
The Loops and Kicks Academy, Loops and Kicks.
Loopsandkicks.com.
Yeah.
I'm gonna type it
You
in
got
the
Loops,
chat.
you got Kicks, loopsandkicks.com.
Dope. That's what's up, man. I got your Instagram handle at Mahogany Beatz if you guys want to follow him. Man, so like what's next for you, man? Like you mentioned wanting to get that theme. What you working on currently, and where do you see yourself, man, going in the future?
I'm aiming for like a third Grammy in the Latin market.
Okay.
You know, the Latin market is wide open. Like hip hop is taking over, and you know, no one, like, people are not looking at the Latin market.
Yeah.
They want beats. Like you make music, you make beats. Latin market, they'll take records.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm focusing on that. That's why I'm here in Brazil. Like I will never run out of like things to do. There's so many artists here, and like the artists here have a lot more success because the fans like support the artists.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the artist that I'm gonna roll with, Gabby, he has 1 million followers. He has like 2 million monthly listeners. You know, like songs got 80 million streams.
Yeah.
200 million streams on YouTube. Like when we do shows, we're doing shows for like minimum 10,000 people.
Yeah. I heard they're really loyal out there too. Like
bro,
in Brazil.
Bro, when I first came out here, I was like, he said, yeah, we got a show. It's like 30,000 people. It's nothing. I was like, nothing. I'm like, it's 30,000 people. The next show, he's like, yeah, we got a small show today. It's only like 10,000 people. Only 10,000 people. Because here, I'm like, wait a minute. I know successful artists in America that are not doing shows like that. They'll do clubs. And you know, clubs are not holding more than 5,000 people, like a big club.
Yeah.
You know, and these guys here are doing, that's what they do here. Like 10, 20, 30, 40,000 people at these shows. Wow. It bugged me out. I'm like, oh, hell no. I'm coming here. You know, like, you know, because I've never seen that. And like I said, I've been around successful artists.
Yeah. And
I just measured the most successful artists that I know in America compared to the artists that I'm working with here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Let's say Ghostface for whatever reason. Mm-hmm. He's famous, got a career. He doesn't have a video with 200 million views on it.
Yeah.
You know, I looked at 2 Chainz. Like 2 Chainz had like one song that had like 70 million. You know, like I just started looking at successful artists and the viewership on these views, man, because they that's all they do. They watch the videos here. Like they watch the videos and they actually come out to the live shows and support. Bro, we've been doing shows like 4 shows in a night. I mean, I'd be exhausted.
Man,
you know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
Like just getting this whole vibe of finishing my album, producing Gabby, and you know, just keeping the door open for beat makers and songwriters, you know, to get into the world of TV and film. You know, that's pretty much it, man. Just staying in the loop. Hip hop keeps you young, man. Music keeps you young. You know what I'm saying? That and staying in the gym.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's
you got questions, man? Let's get to some questions, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, man. You're not. I mean, the drilling stopped, so that's great.
Yeah. We haven't heard the drills in a while.
Yeah.
John Dendo
talking super fast.
John Tyndall said, how many different type of templates does Mahogany use?
Right. Now, check this out. John, what does he mean by templates?
Like a beat
What's a
template,
template?
song template? What kind of template?
What's a template?
Shout out to Samuel. He just signed up for Loops and Kicks. That's what's up. So he said a song template. Or do you just create? You just go in, open up a session.
You mean like when you open up Logic and do I have a preset songwriter or beat?
Certain
What you call it?
certain
Preset?
sounds you use.
Nah, I just always just start from the scratch, man.
That's what's
I
up.
always just start from the scratch.
There go the drill. There go the
Go
drills.
to drills.
It's all good. We got all the gems, man. Dope.
This is we freestyled this because we didn't even talk prior to. We didn't have an outline of like, of our topics. We just going off the top of the head.
Yeah.
But I think we should definitely get together offline and then come up with something a little bit more, formatted, because this space is a space that I've been, wanting to like give a lot of information, to, but like I said, it's a lot of work creating content. I'm sure this keeps you super busy. That's why you only do it for this 1 hour, because you actually have a life outside of this, and you also got to be ClintMusic and make music.
Exactly.
This alone takes a lot of time. But we could talk about this till we turn blue in the face. You know what I'm saying? And it's not a lot of people. There's not too many people talking about TV and film, especially Black people. Like when I first got into it, it was like no people of color doing this. You know what I'm saying? So now that there's no color barrier, it's just like, yo, are you in with the right people? Can you trust your source? And are you easy to work with?
Yep.
That's it. I've had people come, members, and thinking, oh, I sent you music, it's gonna happen overnight. I'm like, nah, this is not for you.
Yeah.
This ain't for you.
That's what's up, man. Well, listen, man, I'm gonna hop off, man. I won't hold you. I appreciate you taking the time to do this, man. We'll definitely have to link up offline and chop it up more, man. See what we can do, man. So thanks again. Shout out to everybody in the stream. Thank you guys for joining. And hopefully, man, this was extremely valuable for you guys. And make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.
Peace.